The second experience of this night was also shared anonymously, and I remind you that we respect that the same way we respect people who choose to give their names. Everything matters equally. This happened a long time ago, when my friends and I were between 15 and 17 years old. We used to meet a lot in a park a few neighborhoods away from where we lived. We would spend our time playing soccer, or just talking on benches with a snack. That's where we met a lot of people who also came there regularly. We met other guys our age, and even some couples formed between us. I remember one time a very kind man came up to join us. He was older than us, maybe around 22, but we got along with him right away. We played soccer, basketball, and whatever else we could think of. He told us that he had recently moved to the streets nearby and didn't know many people around. That's why he kept going to the park. We liked him a lot. After maybe a month or two, honestly, I don't remember exactly, we were all really happy to have him around. He was the new friend, the kind of novelty that becomes everyone's favorite. And then, one day, he told us he was going to throw a party at his house with some friends. He said he'd love for us to meet them. Like any teenagers who are desperate to grow up faster, we got really excited, especially because he said we could drink alcohol, and he wouldn't tell anyone. Back then, that sounded amazing to us. The day finally came. We decided to arrive as a group. We hadn't been to his house before, only passed by it once or twice from the outside. His home was pretty spacious. He had an impressive front yard where, sure, the party could happen without any problem. But he had also told us that his backyard was even bigger, and that the party would probably be there instead. When we arrived, though, we immediately noticed a gloomy atmosphere. It didn't feel like a party. It didn't sound like one either. We could hear only whispers from inside, along with very strange music. Later, I found out it was a kind of Gregorian chant. Then he told us to go in. We walked to the backyard where the others were gathered. There were around 30 or 40 people. Everyone was dressed in black, and they were much older than him. They looked around 40 or 50 years old. Despite that, all of them seemed welcoming, almost excited, to see us. We quickly felt uncomfortable. The host served us some drinks and snacks. When we smelled the drinks, none of us wanted to try them. It wasn't a simple, "it smells bad," kind of situation. It was obviously strange, and you couldn't really pretend you couldn't smell it the moment someone handed it to you. The snacks smelled just as weird. Not like rotten exactly, more like something wrong. Still, we were discreet enough to hide it. It was clear to all of us that we wanted to leave as soon as possible. But those people kept coming up to us, talking too much, almost like they were surrounding us, like we were being cornered. One of my friends thought we were overreacting. Let's call him Carlos. He decided to drink a glass anyway. But less than an hour later, he started to feel dizzy. We all assumed it was because he was drunk. We were young, and that seemed believable. The host noticed and told him to go rest on the sofa in the living room, because he wouldn't be able to go home in that condition and they would scold him. But we didn't want to leave him alone, even though the others insisted over and over that he should rest. They kept pushing us to enjoy the party, and their insistence was so strong that it became annoying. So I told my friends to listen to them just to keep the peace, and that as soon as we could, we would try to go back in and be with Carlos. About 10 minutes passed. We got separated in the crowd because more young people started arriving, people our age too, looking just as confused as we were. Finally, one friend managed to get through the group, and the rest of us followed. We reached the living room, and there was nothing there, only whispers coming from one of the bedrooms. We walked closer, and the door opened immediately, like they already knew we were about to come in. And I don't know if you'll believe me, but I want to send this anonymously because I don't want people to think I'm looking for recognition or anything like that. I just want to tell you what happened. In that room was our friend Carlos. He was lying down with candles placed all around his body. Several of the guests were reciting phrases in a language we didn't recognize, or maybe we couldn't distinguish it clearly enough. We screamed and shoved the people in the room. Honestly, I don't know where all the courage came from, but it happened at the same time. Every one of us acted. Carlos woke up instantly. The moment he saw what was happening around him, he jumped up, terrified. He ran out of the room, and we followed. We rushed out of the house and ran like our lives depended on it. We heard those people shouting threats and cursing at us behind us. But because we were young and because of their age and condition, they couldn't catch us, not even in a car. Some narrow alleyways helped us lose them too. We didn't tell our parents anything about it. We were afraid they'd scold us, and we also worried something might happen to those people if we got involved. So we decided to confront our friend, the host, the next day. But when we went looking for him, there was no trace. It was like he had disappeared the night before, like the house had never been lived in. There was no sign, nothing. I never told this story before because even thinking about it brings fear. In a way, we used to think it wasn't something that serious, until we got older and realized what those people were really doing and what their intentions were. I'm sharing it now so that anyone who hears it will be more careful, please. I don't want anyone to go through something similar.